to Speech Bubble, everybody. My name is Jace Diehl, the co-host, but you're here for the host because I'm not Butch Hartman. So here's Butch Hartman right now.
Woo! Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you. Let's go. Please keep it going. This is awesome, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you. I accept the nomination. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you. Hey, guys, thanks for coming to Speech Bubble. Have you guys ever heard of this before? No! But you're about to hear about it. This will be the biggest podcast in the next week, and then it will go down the charts because something else will come on. But anyway, still, we're excited to people in the back. Come on down. You guys can come and sit down if you want to. You can come on in. Here we go. Yes. This is a live podcast. Well, it's not live. We're recording it, so say whatever you want. We can edit it out later. It'll be really exciting. Hey, I'm Butch Hartman, guys. Thanks for coming. This is a new venture for me. I'm really excited. We were going to title the podcast I Need a Job, but we decided to call it Speech Bubble. Give it up for my co-host Jace Diehl over there. Jace Diehl. Jace is my producer. He's my editor. He's a great, great guy. He's got a Cub Scout meeting right after this, so we got to get out of here.
I gotta go after this.
Yeah, what badge are you on? What badge do you have?
I'm on the Butch Hartman podcast badge.
Yeah, right, cool. He knows so many knots, Jace. Okay, here's what's going on. When I asked Nickelodeon, hey, can I use your multi-million-dollar theater? They were so gracious. They said, yes, you can use it. And I said, great. What kind of sound equipment do you have? And they said, we don't have any. And so I had to bring all my own sound equipment, which is really cool. So here's all my sound equipment over here. And you'll see all these mics we had to bring because I've got to talk to you guys in the audience here, and I got to talk on the podcast too. So when you come up, when my celeb guests come up, we have celeb guests today, we're going to have to hold the hand mics and share. You guys have to share. You guys good sharing? Everybody good sharing up here?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right, cool.
But let's get to what we're actually here for.
Why are we here? What are we here? I have to sit down?
Yeah, sit down.
I'm going to sit down. Okay. You guys mind if I sit down real quick? All right, I'll sit down.
You've been here at Nickelodeon for 20 years.
Whoa. I've actually been standing in this room for 20 years. They built this around me. I've been here so long.
I'm actually 20 years old, so I'm the embodiment of your career.
Wow.
So
Wait. I have a few notes on the design.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I got to make a few notes. Might want to change a couple things. How could I possibly change anything about
Cub
it?
Scout meeting right now.
Exactly.
Have some notes.
Exactly. We'll be right back. But yes, you're the embodiment of my career. This is awesome.
Exactly.
Thanks,
So,
Jace.
Fairly OddParents, your longest running first show.
Yes.
Guess how many episodes you've done?
Does anybody out there in the audience, by the way, we're doing this in front of a live audience, so guys, everybody cheers so we can hear ourselves on the podcast. This is exciting. Does anybody out there have a guess as to how many Fairly OddParents, is this Fairly OddParents like half-hour episodes or stories?
No, so they are half-hour episodes, but they're split up between two different stories.
Right,
So
but then we
stories.
did,
How many stories?
then we did some TV movies too. How many Fairly OddParents stories have we told?
Yeah, so I think it's an approximate. I'm not
I would
exactly-
say, hold on. Anybody want to guess? Who's got a guess? Yes. 430. We have a guess of 430. Anybody else? Yes. 700. I like that one. I'm going to guess about 400.
I'm going to go a million. No, it's 330.
Wow.
That's
330 stories, guys. That's pretty amazing. Wow. Very cool.
That's not even including the rest of your career with Danny Phantom,
Danny
Tough
Phantom,
Puppy,
Tough Puppy.
Bunsen is a Beast.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool. Thank you very much. 20 years.
Yeah.
It takes 20 years to make 4 shows, guys. 20 years.
So what was it like going on the road to Nickelodeon? How'd you end up here?
I ended up here because I think like anybody out there will find out, we kind of use this podcast to kind of give people advice about Hollywood and about the industry and stuff. You really have to work very hard to get to a place at a point in your career where you can actually sell a show and then keep the show running. I started off, I was working at Hanna-Barbera as a character designer, and then I worked on a show called Dexter's Laboratory. You know Dexter's Laboratory? Worked on that show. Get out of my laboratory! I worked on that show. And then I worked on a show called Johnny Bravo. Hey, baby, what's up? Hey! Worked on that show with a guy named Seth MacFarlane. What's his name? Seth MacFarlane? Yeah, I don't think nothing will ever happen with that guy. So yeah, I worked with Seth MacFarlane. By the way, I'm sorry I'm not Seth MacFarlane, by the way, guys. I apologize in advance. No, but I worked on Johnny Bravo with Seth and for a guy named Van Partible, and then Johnny Bravo was ending, and so I needed a job, and so I I thought to myself, I want to make sure that I always have a job, so I'm going to create my own show right now. So I sat down and I drew a cartoon about a little boy, because we always draw, what we know, we write what we know. And I was a little boy once, I think. It's 20 years, more than 20 years.
There we go.
Yeah. And so I drew this little boy named Timmy Turner, and I colored him. I colored his hat blue because I had a blue marker. Then that ran out of ink, so I changed it to pink. And then I came up with this character named Wanda, because I thought it'd be cool to give him a fairy godmother and give him all the power in the world that he wanted. But then I thought, he's got to be limited some way. So I'd never seen a fairy godfather before, so I gave her a really stupid husband named Cosmo. And I drew that. And then he needed an enemy, so I drew this babysitter named Vicky. And then the whole thing took about 15 minutes. And then it was kind of weird because I thought, well, kids need to have secrets too, and so whenever the parents come in the room, they got to turn into fish or turn into like boxes or toys or whatever. And so I just kind of drew this thing up in about half an hour, and then I pitched it to Hanna-Barbera, and they said, "Cool, we don't want it." And so then I took it to Nickelodeon, and they bought the short cartoon. I did about 10 short cartoons of my own. I had like 2 or 3 people helping me, and then they focus tested it, and it became a series in 2001. And so it's been running for 16 years, steady since then. So yes, you can applaud for that, by the way. Yes, thank you. Thank you for applauding. I think our audience at home doesn't know I've paid all these people to be here, which is exciting. Yeah, so that's how I started. Then through the success of that, I was able to do Danny Phantom and Tough Puppy, and then eventually Bunsen, which is really cool.
Yeah, let's fast forward to your most recent show.
My most recent show.
Bunsen
is a Beast, yes. How about that? Do you guys, would anybody here, but instead of me talking about Bunsen, would you guys like to hear somebody who actually was on Bunsen as a Beast talk about Bunsen as a Beast? I wish somebody was here, but I'll talk about it. It's fun. No, hey, guys, let me just bring up this person right now. Does anybody have any questions, by the way, before we get started? Anybody have any questions? Nothing? Jeremy, this is where you're supposed to do your bit. You had a question. Yeah, what's your question? Yeah, yes, of course. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait,
don't do it.
Wait, don't break. Wait, this is under the chair. There you go. What's your question?
Well, this is regarding the internet rumors. Is it true that you claim to have invented the open-faced sandwich? And before you answer, it's not like inventing the sandwich, which would be impressive. This is just taking the top off a sandwich. So it's if you're lying, and I'm not saying you're lying, I'm going to let you answer. If you're lying, why not lie about something better? That's my question to you, Butch.
What a great question.
I really want to know your answer, actually. Let's get down to the bottom of this.
So okay, give him a round of applause.
Yeah. Let's bring him up. Oh, no.
I'm sitting down.
I'm going to introduce you.
I'm sitting down.
You see why we don't have 88 people here? We could have had 88 people
It's
if you would have followed your direction.
It sounds, because the enthusiasm is so high, it sounds like there's so many more people here than are actually here. Which is a compliment and not at the same time.
Right. We are recording all this, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just stopped, actually. I stopped.
Oh, okay, no
longer.
Stop it. Okay. So, did I invent the open-faced sandwich? Well, I wish I had, because boy, oh boy, would I be rolling in the dough.
The
rolling
in the dough!
Oh, that's the reason why we don't have any people here. Right there. Hey guys, I'd like to I didn't invent the sandwich, but I wish I did. That's great. And do you like open-faced sandwiches, by the way?
Sure.
Who doesn't?
Maybe with some gravy on them?
See, to me, I don't like gravy at all. I hate
Oh,
wet
really?
food of any kind. I don't like it.
You don't like wet
I
food?
like wet food. It's gross. I don't like it.
Well, the way you put it, I don't now either.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring up the star of my least successful show, Jeremy Rowley. Here he is, Jeremy Rowley. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello. Where am I sitting? Where should I sit? Here? Okay.
I know. Okay, hey. Well, guys, Jeremy Rowley does the voice of Bunsen is a Beast. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
I know, right? And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Jeremy was nominated for an Annie Award for the voice of Bunsen. Yeah!
Wow.
Jeremy Rowley.
Wow.
It's very hard to get nominated in that category, and especially if you know the guy. You even know the guy who invented the open-faced sandwich, and you still couldn't get nominated hardly, but you did. So congratulations.
I did. Thank you.
Now, do you have any? You're also. Where do you come from? Tell people who you are and where you come from.
I come from Riverside, California.
Okay, that's too far back. I mean, what do you? How do people know? Why would people know you besides Bunsen?
Well, technically Long Beach Memorial Hospital, but that's even farther back. I come from the Groundlings Theater. I did that. I still do that. So that's a fun place where I trained and I've taught and I perform and that's sort of like my fraternity. Mm-hmm. And then yeah, I've been working on different shows, live action shows for 20 years.
For example, like who? What
I was Lou Bird on iCarly.
Oh. You were on iCarly. Didn't you also like marry someone from iCarly?
Yes, I did.
Not Jerry Trainer, but someone else.
Well, once Jerry turned me down, I went through 3 cast members. No.
We're coming back after
my goal was just marry someone
from
the show.
Thing and now this. Come on, man.
So if you watch the show, Nora, who's the crazy, the star of the I, Psycho episodes who kept kidnapping the kids, that is my wife in real life. And she was, back then, was in her mid-20s playing a teen, so it's not weird. But kids don't know that, and they're like, there's so many chat boards that are like, so the guy that was a man, the doorman, married the kid? And it's like, no, she was not a kid. She was not a kid.
This is going exactly like I thought it would. Fantastic. This is amazing. And first of all, okay, so you did Lubert on iCarly.
Yeah.
I think I just saw you in one of those Flow Progressive commercials.
Yes, I'm in a few of those.
Yeah.
More coming out. Mm-hmm. So I'm part of Flow's universe too.
Nice. What's her name?
Stephanie Courtney, who's a Groundling.
Huh?
And there's a lot of Groundlings on those commercials as well. Jim Cashman is her number 2 guy.
So it's super fair casting. Anyone can get in those. Anyone can get in.
Well, the funny thing is, for years she would always say, hire more Groundlings. They're great. And they're like, yeah. You're trying to get your friends in here. And then they hired one, and they were like, oh, they're great. We should have hired them quicker.
Are you telling me that a Hollywood executive wouldn't listen to what an actor has?
Yeah.
It's weird. Hey, So no, wait, no, you have a baby with the girl who's not a girl, who wasn't a child.
Her name is Danielle. Yes, we have a 9-month-old baby named Sid.
Aw, Sid, he's so cute.
He's very cute.
Yes. Now, can you do? Now, I have a request. We've been asked to ask you this to do because you do Bunsen, the voice of Bunsen,
yes,
the Annie-nominated voice of Bunsen.
Yes.
Do you want Jeremy to win the Annie? Wouldn't it be cool if he won the Annie? Now we have to hear a little bit of Bunsen's voice, but it is the Christmas season.
Okay.
So I'd like you to sing a little bit of Jingle Bells as Bunsen.
Okay. Here we go. This is Bunsen singing Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way! Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh!
Babies actually like that voice a lot. You would think they'd be terrified, but
I'm terrified that you sing it to babies.
I have
just your
one,
own baby,
so that
right?
helps.
Right. Okay.
It's weirdly soothing. They go, why? They respond well. To
I felt the same way when you auditioned with that voice. I was like entranced. Wow. So the cool thing about yes.
Oh, I was going to ask you, what voice were you looking for originally? It's such a unique voice.
Everyone, that's a very good question. Jace is here, everybody. Everybody who came in to audition for Bunsen, and this goes out to all the voice people out there, the voice hopefuls, always try and stand out if you can. Always come in with a choice, because Jeremy came in with a very strong choice of the voice that he did. Everybody else was coming in and doing voices like this. I'm Bunsen the Beast, and they were doing that sort of thing. And you sit through 50 guys and girls who do that voice, and you're just like, well, okay, we're not going to find anybody. And then you walked in, and how many auditions have you been on at Nickelodeon before you got this voice job?
So in 1999, someone named Sarah Noonan, who was, at the time,
casting director for
Nickelodeon, came to the Groundlings and started calling me in to audition for Nickelodeon shows. And when I came to your audition, I remember driving and going, I've been auditioning for 16 years without ever booking a job. But not in animation. I've been working live action a lot.
So the Groundlings was really paying off for you.
No, luckily I was able to pay my bills through live action. But it was... I remember thinking, wow, this has been a really long time of going to these animation auditions, and they always go really well, and they seem really good, and I just don't get it. And then, so it took me 16 years and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, you can be this guy. I was like, great.
Cool. Well, there you go. Anybody got any questions for Jeremy Rowley while he's up here? Question? Anybody? They love you here, Jeremy. All right. Well, there's a question. Yes.
Hi.
Who's your favorite character to play, like live action or cartoon?
Who's our favorite, only because of the podcast, who's your favorite character to play live action or cartoon? I am sitting right here, by the way.
Well, I've told Butch this. Bunsen has a special place in my heart because I get to come to work every week for like a year and a half. And that is new for me because I'm a character actor. I do a lot of guest stars and a lot of recurring roles. But even on iCarly, I would work maybe once every 4 months or something. I wasn't there every day like with the regular cast. And when I came in, they treated me like a family and they were very nice. But it was really special to me to be able to come to work every week and do the same character and live in it for a while. And that's a special thing that I've only had the opportunity to do once with Bunsen. So I love that.
There we go. Give it up for Jeremy Rowley, everybody.
Speech bubble.
Hey, Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the Noog Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.